And life is freaking hard. Life is a struggle. Life is a blessing and a curse. It is a heavy burden and a great privilege all at the same time. So make your story great. Be the hero in your story. Your favorite weight loss coach, Coach Maddie, is here. If you're looking for some tips and tricks along your journey, you've come to the right place. Today I'm going to talk about why are you so tired? Now, if you're watching this video and you clicked on this video, it's probably because you're not looking for the obvious answer. And the obvious answer is usually sleep. You're not sleeping properly or you're not sleeping enough, right? But that's the obvious one and you're probably not looking for that answer. So let me give you some other things that might be causing this tiredness, this lack of energy, this lethargy. You're kind of a zombie walking around life. So let's dive in. So thing number one that could be causing this lack of energy is the fuel you are eating, your food. Now think of your body as a car, right? What kind of car do you want to be? Well, I mean, you probably don't want to be like a Toyota Corolla. You want to be like a freaking Ferrari, right? You want to be the Ferrari. And if you want to be a Ferrari, you got to treat the Ferrari differently than you treat the Corolla, right? And the Ferrari requires better fuel, better quality fuel, right? You go to fill up, you don't put the cheapest one in, you put the most expensive one in, right? So the engine can be optimal, it can be as fast as possible, all of that. And your body is the same. Think of it as a Ferrari. You have to feed it properly, fuel it properly if you want it to burn, if you want it to go, and work the way that you want it to. So right now, you're probably not fueling it to the best of your ability. Either you're eating too much of the wrong food, too little of the good food, or you're eating just too much or too little in general. So too much of the bad food would be greasy food, junk food, too much sweets, too much processed foods, too much drive-thrus, too much ordering in and restaurant eating. All of that stuff has its time and place, and of course it's enjoyable, so you don't want to not do it, but you do have to cut back. You do have to cut back, okay? That will allow your body to run more smoothly. It will help clean it out by stopping to have those things. Maybe even you're drinking more than often too. That is really draining on your system. So think about how you can cut out some maybe not so good stuff, or at least reduce it. Or on the other hand, incorporate more healthy stuff. Sometimes adding more is easier than taking out. So the easiest step would be, if you want to just improve the fuel side of things here, would be add more healthy foods, add more high quality whole foods. So lean proteins, veggies, fruits, whole grains, right? Just add those things into your day. They're gonna give you vitamins, they're gonna give you minerals, and it's a nice clean fuel that you get to burn. There's no nasty side effects, okay? And then on top of that, it would be your portioning is off. Either you're eating too little, which means you just are gonna be drained of energy, or you're eating too much, which is too much work on your body, and your body's working overtime and using extra energy to digest. And in that case, you'd have to really pay attention to your hunger cues. Okay, so if the potential reason for you being tired is that you don't have the best fuel right now, you got to take away a little bit of bad stuff, add just a little bit of the good stuff, and pay attention to your hunger cues. Eat when you are hungry, do not eat when you are not hungry. And the best way to do this is incorporate some type of fasting, right? So go as long as possible before your first meal in the day, and then go as long as possible to your second meal in the day, third meal, or however far into the day you get with those hours. That way you eat when you're hungry and your belly's cramping and it's groaning and it's telling you to eat. And then we'll become more sensitive to listening to our body and intuitively eating, intuitively fueling properly. And that way we use the right fuel, we have the right amount to last us the right amount of time, and it'll bring our energies up overall, our energy levels up overall. So that's the first area. Second area would be that you're actually not moving enough. Now this is for two types of people. This is either for the person who's quite sedentary, whether you don't actively work out or you sit at a job, or this is for the person who does work out, but the workouts you're doing, you've been doing them for a while and they're not challenging anymore. Your body's gotten used to them. So if you are not doing enough movement or the right challenging movement, you will be tired. And here's a great example. You ever had a really lazy Saturday or Sunday where you just did nothing? You kind of sat in the dark and you watched Netflix series all day long. And then the next day you wake up exhausted. right? Our body is not meant to do nothing. It will shut down, it will slow everything down. Our body gets lazy, our mind gets lazy, and then it gets used to that feeling. So if you are in a place where you're sedentary or you're not challenging yourself physically with new things, your body will slow down, and as a result, you will be more lethargic. You will be slower. You will feel like you're dragging your feet, and that is an awful feeling. You want to be the person with pep in your step. Moving more is also a great way to release endorphins, okay, which is going to improve your mood, make you cheerier, make you happier, make you a more positive person, and give you that extra boost in energy that would take you from tired to energized. And that's what we're looking for here. We don't want bags under our eyes. We don't want to have to drag ourselves out of bed or take a nap halfway through the day. When we wake up to when we go to bed, we want sustained, constant energy levels. And the food and the movement are two big areas that are non-negotiables. Now, the next area I want to talk about that's probably causing you to be excessively tired would be your stress. So you're probably having too much stress or not knowing how to cope with your stress properly. And there's kind of two ways that you can deal with your stress here. So unfortunately, stress is chronic a lot of the time, or at least it feels chronic when it's happening. It just feels overwhelming, or it's just so constant that we're always thinking about it. So if you find that you are stressed, or you're overwhelmed, or you're anxious, or you're struggling with your mental health, or you're struggling to keep your head above water, so much so that that's influencing, giving you more cravings, it's making you sleep less, it's making you more moody, maybe you're more irritable and getting into fights with more people, or maybe you're just holding it all inside and putting a happy face on outside. If stress is an issue for you, this is what I want you to do. I want you to make a list. You can do that right now. Make a list of everything that is on your mind, everything that is stressing you out, causing you anxiety, causing you to feel overwhelmed. Just everything you could possibly think about, everything that you're upset about from the past, everything you're worried about in the future, and everything you're trying to deal with in the present. Write it down, okay? Now, once you have this huge list, should be big, I want you to cross off, like angrily, aggressively cross off everything on that list that you cannot control, that you have no power to make a change to. Cross it off, and I bet your list is gonna shrink to about 50% now. Of that 50% that is left, I want you to order those things from highest stress to least stress. So what is causing the most amount of stress, overwhelm, anxiety, what is causing the least amount? And now what you've done is not only have you given yourself permission to let go of half of your worries, or at least started the process of being able to do that, you now have a list of things that are the most important. You've now prioritized what needs to be dealt with first. And that is so, so important, because now you have an organized way of dealing, or at least looking at your stress. Instead of keeping it all up here and having it float around all day, all night, popping up in the middle of the night, keeping you up at night, always on your mind, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, this is freaking me out, I gotta get this done, I missed this is happening, oh my God, I feel so bad about this. It floats around all day, and it's not effective, right? You need space in your brain to be still. You need space in your mind to just breathe. And when you are chronically stressed, not coping properly or organizing these stresses properly, it will be all consuming. And if something is all consuming, you're damn sure you're gonna be extremely exhausted all the time. And nobody wants it. You don't want bags under your eyes. You don't wanna be like zoning out in every conversation. You don't wanna be the one that's always a Debbie Downer because you're just so stressed. So do yourself a favor. Make that list, cross off what you can't control, order it from least stressful or most stressful to least stressful, and then circle the one at the very top. That's the one that if you start to tackle, it's a domino effect, and it will get rid of so much other stress by association. So start there, and it is like a weight is immediately lifted off your shoulders. You will already feel lighter, and because you feel lighter, you will be able to bear the load better. You will be able to stay motivated more. You'll be able to stay positive more, and you will be able to maintain your energy more because you're not constantly drained worrying all the time. Now, the very last thing that could be causing you to be tired. Now, this is pretty unfortunate, but it's a reality of a lot of people nowadays, and it is just that you are uninspired. You're just uninspired. Nothing in life is exciting you right now. Now, there's phases in life. There will be ups and downs. That's normal. But if there's very few ups, or you can't see any potential ups, and all that there is downs or neutral in the middle, you'll become very uninspired very quickly, right? You'll be hitting your snooze alarm. You won't be able to just jump out of bed and be excited to start your day. You'll be procrastinating. You'll be complaining. You will be zoning out all day long. And it's just, like, when's the last time that you sat down and you're like, I am grateful, I am on track? When's the last time you're following a hobby that you're passionate about? When's the last time that you took a dance class or learning a new language or booked a vacation and went traveling? Like, when did you do something for you that you enjoy? What do you enjoy? Do you even know what you enjoy? Right? Think about a kid on Christmas morning. Do you think a kid on Christmas morning would ever hit a snooze button? Hell no. Hell no. Your goal should be to make every morning like Christmas morning as a kid, or at least know that Christmas is around the corner and you're super excited to wake up to get there faster. You need to have something to look forward to, something that inspires you, and you need to have goals, right? What are your hobbies? What are your passions? What are your goals? Why are we living? Why are we going through the day-to-day? Be inspired, and it will give you this renewed energy that you've never had before. It'll be like an energy that you've never had before, like so disciplined, so determined, so ready. And you deserve that. You deserve to feel a fire under your butt, to live life and go after your goals and create this dream fantasy into reality. Because we all fantasize about, when I lose weight, when I make this much money, when I get married, when I do this. Make when now. And you'll regain that pep in your step and that energy just because you're excited about your future and you're enjoying your present because there's a purpose to your present. A lot of the times when we are tired, it's because we're not eating properly. It's because we're not moving as much as we should. It's because there's a few extra stresses or more than usual. And it's also because life is just draining you. And life is freaking hard. Life is a struggle. Life is a blessing and a curse. It is a heavy burden and a great privilege all at the same time. So make your story great. Be the hero in your story. If you didn't know you were a hero, you'd be walking around like one of the side characters in a movie. You're one of the extras in a movie right now. No, be the lead character. Didn't the lead character walks around without a purpose? Take time. Find your purpose. Fuel yourself properly. Move a little bit more so your body's functioning properly. Your mind is getting healthy thoughts and healthy hormones. Level your stress so you know how to prioritize it. And then start creating your dream life. Just reverse engineer the fantasy you've always wanted, work backwards from that, and just start doing a little of it. So those are my tips for increasing energy, and that kind of explains on many different levels why you would be tired. And I know I went really deep into some areas you probably weren't expecting, but I hope it sheds some light for you, and I hope it gives you an area with where you can focus to find your energy again, because you don't want to be the person that's always tired. It's not fun. You miss out on a lot of things, and you deserve better than that. So my name is Coach Maddie. If you liked the video today, give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment, click that notification button, and of course subscribe so you can see more awesome videos. I have been on my own weight loss journey. I have lost over 70 pounds, and every day I get to wake up and help women all over the world along their weight loss journey too. And if you are curious about the Fit Queen way of weight loss, click the link down below in the description. It will take you to my personalized program where I've added all the tips and tricks that have helped me lose weight and all the Fit Queens in my community. So click that link, kickstart your results, and I will see you next time.